Hewins, good to be a part of your day. Gentlemen, welcome into the booth again. Been a while since I've seen you folks, but it's good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having us back.
Yeah, how y'all doing?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Doing good.
good. Quick introductions. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
My name's Cody Olson. I work at the Rydell Body Shop in Grand Forks here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my name is Tim Biosic. I'm the manager of the body shop. I've been the manager for about 2 years total.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, you know how this works. You've got 775-5559. You can call or text and questions about the body shop. They're able to help you. If you call and ask a question about something else, they will very likely defer to that department, which we have typically rotated through on a regular basis. So how busy have you folks been? I'll just get you started here before we start getting some calls in. Been kind of busy of late, I presume?
Yes, we're really busy. We got lots of storm damage that we've been fixing from this summer, and seems to be steady.
We'll finish up all the storm damage, just enough time for winter to start.
And that's probably in its own right a pretty busy time of the year when we start getting a little ice on the roads, and it gets to be folks forget what it is, especially early on, I would imagine, in the winter season. It must get entertaining real fast.
Real fast.
Yes, it does.
So probably a lot of front and back collisions is the more common. Yeah.
Going into snow drifts, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Deer hits. Sun's starting to change, starting to go down earlier.
Oh, sure. Sure. The deer hits. That's right.
deers,
They're really moving. Yeah.
It's not bright out when you leave to work anymore.
No. That's right. Yeah. So, keep that in mind, folks, with the earlier sunsets that the deer, especially this time of year, farther we get into September and October, right around the corner, it gets to be pretty busy out there. So we want to keep you safe. But if something happens, you've got the Rydell Body Shop gentleman in the studio, 775-5559. You can call or text to that number. If you've got a question about the body shop, repairs, things that they can do for you, you can go ahead and give them a call, and I'm sure they will be, or text me, and they'll be more than happy to let you know what's going on and perhaps give you some insight as to what you can do about it. So we talk like kind of front and rear seems to be the most. Do we see a whole lot of people running stop signs and getting the side collisions in town? Because it seems to me speed is the big one.
If we do, it's normally a total loss. Typically, if somebody runs a stop sign and gets hit, it's typically pretty close to total loss, I would guess.
Yeah. Well, that's no good. So we want you to obey those little octagonal red things with STOP. That doesn't mean slow to obvious pause. That means actually stop. Okay, so we want you to keep in mind that we don't want anybody to get themselves hurt. So far, rather surprising. Everybody must be outside. No calls or texts at the moment to 775-5559 on this Tuesday. Rydell Car Talk, Tim and Cody of the Rydell Body Shop in studio. So if you've got a question, give us a call, 775-5559. Shoot us a text, and I'm sure these gentlemen are more than happy to be able to answer your question, or if it's something that they're not versed on, which is rare, you know what? They know exactly who to talk to. So do that. 775-5559. You're with Rydell Body Shop. Go ahead, please. Hello.
Yeah, I've got a question for the guys. I've got two vehicles. One I bought at the police auto auction, 2006 Buick Lucerne. I need a couple fenders for it. They're pretty rusty. And then I also have a 1996 Cadillac SRX SUV. I called Rydell's. I need a taillight for it. And they said they looked all over the United States. They couldn't find one. And I was just wondering, is it hard getting parts for these older vehicles now? I'll hang up and listen. Thanks.
All right. Thanks for the question. That's
Yes, I would say that it is harder to source parts for older vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to a local scrapyard or somebody that has salvage yard or salvage parts, you might be able to call around and see if you can source those parts out. Otherwise, there's aftermarkets, but those may not fit the best. So.
Yeah, and one thing to keep in mind, too, is there was, a few years back they had that cash for clunkers things, what took out a lot of those years of those cars, and so those parts that we would be able to source just aren't readily available anymore.
That's true. Yeah, it had a lot of unintended consequences, the cash flow clunkers. That might have been a good intent, but really in the long run has hurt down the road a little bit. A text to 775-5559. I'd like to ask the Rydell guys if you can take out a ding in the rear chrome bumper.
No.
Not in chrome.
Not in chrome. Chrome's
No,
animal all unto itself.
Right. The bumper's too thick. It's too thick to be able to push it out. So
Interesting. So little epoxy, some chrome colored paint, and
Yes.
and go for it. What does Rydell charge the paint pickup to paint? Okay, what does Rydell's charge the paint pickup 2014 Country with Pearl paint?
What I think he's referring
Yeah.
to, what does it cost
What does it
to
cost?
paint the
Yeah.
pickup?
Mm-hmm.
If it's pearl, it's going to be typically a lot more
Mm-hmm.
than just a solid color. But you don't know until you have an estimate on how much, depending on how far you want to go. If you want to paint the whole truck, it could be $30,000.
Right.
You don't really know until you actually, and how much you want fixed on everything,
Sure.
and what you want done. So
It's just a standard though, to answer the question, it's about $80 an hour of labor that we charge in the body shop. So every hour that it takes to paint that or to prep it is $80.
Okay. 775-5559. You're on Rydell Car Talk. Go ahead, caller, with Tim and Cody.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah, I got a diesel, 6.2 diesel.
Okay.
It's old, man. It's 84 6.2, and it's leaking oil.
So
It's constantly leaking oil.
Okay. So looking to get that, take a look at and see what might be going on, right? Okay.
Yep.
Very
well,
good. All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, an older vehicle like that. So, and there are a lot of us that are still driving around in older vehicles. So,
Absolutely.
You can-
all
still
all
service
the
them.
old diesel engines,
Mhm.
they leak a little bit of oil. Every single one of them. You just have to keep adding, unless you want a big. I mean, you're going to have a repair bill. I mean, obviously a big repair bill if you want something like that fixed, I'm guessing, but you'd have to go to the service department and have them take a look at it and see what they could do.
Sure. This is a body shop. So just as a reminder, folks, it's Tim and Cody with the Rydell Body Shop. So, but yeah, they can refer you to the right folks, and we'll be talking with them again pretty soon, I am sure. 775-5559. Let's see. How long will it typically take to get my cracked windshield fixed?
I mean, windshields, depending on how long it takes to get the actual windshield in, usually windshield jobs are a day job. You drop it off, you usually get it back before the end of the day. It also depends greatly on if it has the camera in the windshield, it needs to be calibrated. All that stuff comes into play, but typically it's about a day job.
Sure. Okay. And that's it. All the new technology that is built into the windshield complicates things just a little bit.
Correct.
Makes sense. Texter asks, does Rydell's offer paintless dent repair for hail at the body shop? And what's the difference between that and conventional repair for hail damage?
Yes, we do offer paintless dent repair, and the difference between the two is one we used and we keep the original paint on the car, and we push the damage out with rods and without affecting the finish on the paint. And the conventional repair method would be sanding it down and putting a filler method, a filler type in between the metal and the paint, and then painting over the top of that.
Okay.
That's basically well said, Cody. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
One costs typically a lot more to do.
Right.
And PDR can be done to an extent. It can't be anything, too big. And depending on if it's on body lines or something that's difficult to access behind something. So.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
There's a lot that
makes
goes
sense.
into it.
Yeah. So you'd have to bring it in and let them take a look at it, and they'd be able to give you a fair idea what it's going to take.
Correct.
There you go. 775-5559, Rydell Car Talk Tuesday. We've got the Rydell Body Shop folks in, Tim and Cody. A texter says, my side panel on my truck are rusting. Is there any other treatment for it other than replacing the panels?
No.
Once rust starts, it's
Yeah, and a lot of it's underneath the paint anyway, in the metal. So by the time you see it at the surface, it's
all
already
behind.
spread.
It's all behind everything that we can't get to. And we can't access it to be able to clean it up or anything.
and then without fully replacing it, I mean, it'll just come back. So.
Yeah, it'll just continue to spread. That's the thing. By the time you see it, so it's a little late. I learned that the hard way too with a Suburban. So. And that's another story. Are you guys associated with Mr. Rydell's Hot Rod Shop, and are you guys totally separate from them?
We are. So the association is there because obviously we are, we could still talk to them. We ask their advice on certain things. Sometimes they ask our advice on certain things, but it is a separate thing that Wes and that manages and, refurbishes his cars and stuff like that. So there is a relationship there and a connection that we could use if we have to, but we don't typically bounce work against each other. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So same entity, different function,
Right.
different focus. Yeah. Rydell Car Talk Tuesday, 775-5559. We've got Tim and Cody from the Rydell Body Shop in studio. If you've got a question, you can go ahead and give us a call or shoot us a text. And a text is 775-5559. Why do the bumper/grill parts need to be painted? Why doesn't the manufacturer supply body parts with the factory color options?
I think it's easier for them to mass produce it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 50 or 60 different paint color codes, and then within those 50 or 60, there could be another 50 or 60 shades in between that. So they mass produce the parts, and that's the way they want us to do it. Send it over to the body shop and get it painted.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of the whole idea of the production line theory back in the day, is that you could mass produce parts of a common size, shape, material, and be able to produce larger numbers of anything, vehicles in this case. And so it makes the repair even easier because it's stocked to the same model year, the thing that you're having to fix.
Right.
Yep.
And then even when we get it, we're able to paint match it much better, because who knows, the paint on the vehicle might have faded a little bit, and then you get a brand new bumper with brand new paint on it, and it doesn't exactly match. So
That's true, because sunlight does that.
Yeah. The paints we do get some painted parts that are already, painted, but then we have to, blend or whatever if we have to.
Okay. 775-5559. A texter asks an interesting question. If I prep a car, will you paint it?
Typically, no. Only because we won't be able to stand by the work, obviously, the workmanship behind. And it's nothing against whoever did it. It's just something that we prefer we do the work, so we could warranty and guarantee the work.
Yeah. But part of the whole process, that way from beginning to end, you've got a uniformity that goes through, and that helps also.
And our paint line has their own protocols that we have to follow to make sure their paint lasts a lifetime. So whoever's prepping it, it's nothing against them. It's just we have to follow the paint manufacturer's recommendations.
Sure. And that paint manufacturer warranty comes into play too with that. So
Exactly. And you want to have that warranted, so when you take it back out, if something happens, it's back to you folks and you'll cover it. Why does GM continue to put the active fuel management in vehicles, 5362 V8s? All it does is ruin lifters. So that sounds like perhaps more of an engineering question.
All right. Yeah, it's I would like to talk to some of those engineers too. So
Well, I guess that's a good question, because maybe that's called I don't know.
It's the fuel mileage is what it is. It's all about fuel mileage. It's pretty much why they have come up with that. They have to meet certain expectations.
Fuel economy.
Yeah,
exhaust.
Exactly. So they have to meet that. I mean, you can disable it if you don't have warranty, or, you can go around it if you don't care about the fuel economy.
And the idea is to meet the EPA specifications of the exhaust. You've got to have a certain amount of temperature to properly burn everything in a certain way.
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
Do your guests offer a detailing service? How extensive and what price range?
So we do. We have our own. There's a whole detail shop that Rydell has that offers a wide range of detailing services. If it's related to an accident in which the insurance does cover a detail, we will absolutely do everything to get the detail lined up. But we have a whole nother shop that does all detailing, and they have a whole pricing matrix as well for different types of details.
There you go. So 775-5559, call or text. This is Rydell Car Talk Tuesday. We've got Tim and Cody in studio from the Rydell Body Shop. A texter says, my wife has hail damage on the butt. Is there any way of fixing that? I presume the trunk? I mean, I've heard the boot.
Yes,
but,
yes, there is.
Yes,
Stop in and we'll check it out, and we'll take a look at it, and we'll see what we can do for you.
Yeah.
Or maybe there was sometimes talk to text will get you too. I've learned that the hard way. But okay, that's another question for another show. 775-5559. How often do they change the colors of paint? I've heard a black from 2014 is different from a black color in 2024.
Depending on the make and model of the vehicle, they change the paint all the time. So
Yeah,
it's just
you'll see like Twilight Black or Midnight Black or Tuxedo Black or different things like that. They're all different shades of black, and then you just have your standard black color. I mean, it just depends on the manufacturer how they want to shade that black. So.
Certain levels of flat, certain levels of glossy.
Sure.
So,
Yep. And they go by the sales too. They know what colors sell the most, so then they can typically go off of that too.
Sure. Well, I mean, it keeps it interesting, and it keeps the change moving. A texter to 775-5559 says, if insurance totals my car, can I still decide to have you guys fix it?
So if it's totaled, we do not fix it.
Okay.
That's for liability reasons and certification reasons that we do not fix a totaled car. But there are body shops in town that will, and we could refer you to them if you do so choose to fix it.
Sure, because if the insurance company totaled it, there's something that they see that's outside of the parameters of what they consider to be safe.
Correct.
Well, it also exceeds the amount that it's worth. That's
sure.
so
That's the big
typically it could be scratches all the way around the whole car, and it's total loss. There's nothing safe or nothing wrong with it. It's just the amount that it's going to cost to fix exceeded the damage, or what it's worth. I mean,
Sure. Well, a lot more goes into it than you might think.
Right.
It's a complex kind of an equation, as it were. A texter asked an interesting question at 775-5559. Do you use rattle cans to paint small spots?
No.
Talking about the old style BB in the can to mix the paint up.
No, that stuff doesn't last long at all.
We would find ourselves in some trouble doing that for an insurance.
I was going to say, you've got to do the protocol for whether it's a small scratch or a large issue that needs to be dealt with.
And we're kept pretty well in check with manufacturers as well. They come and do spot audits and things like that, so we're kept well in check.
Sure. Okay. Our time always goes so quickly on KNOX Car Talk Tuesday. Easy for me to say. So what's going on? What are the hours if folks want to go ahead and make an appointment, need to reach out to you? What's the times to get a hold of you?
So we're open from 7 to 6, Monday through Friday. Our phone number is 701-792-2846. And our address is 1502 28th Avenue South.
And they do bang up work. Let me tell you, I've had we've had teenagers, so we've had the cars in there a couple of times, and it looks. Maybe I shouldn't say bang up work. Probably wrong verbs to use. What was your favorite car to work on? A texter would like to know.
I like to work on anything GM. Typically, for me, I like to work on everything GM. That's simplest, or Hondas. They're not bad either. That's pretty much the two main ones that I like to work on.
Sure. I know it's kind of hard to pick a favorite probably when you see so many vehicles because they each have their own little special.
Well, it goes on like procedures wise too. Like who makes the best repair manuals? Like I kind of use that to if it's easier to read theirs, I like theirs better. If it's harder to read another one, it's So.
I never thought of it that way.
Certain things are easier than others, I guess.
Yeah. Some instructions are probably a little more precise.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's leave with that. Any closing thoughts before I cut you gentlemen loose today?
I just want to say, for the Rydell Talks, the body shop will be on for the remainder of September. So if you have any questions about the body shop stuff, we'll be here for the next couple Tuesdays.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. So be thinking about your questions here as we go through the month of September and bring up some good ones today.
Yeah.
So, okay. Any parting words of wisdom, guys?
Huh? What do you got, Cody?
Nothing.
It's been a long day already.
Thanks for calling in and asking the questions.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for giving us the opportunity to kind of advertise and promote our business, and greatly appreciate it.
Real quick, a last question then. Have you seen any Teslas go through the shop?
It's funny you bring that up because we have seen some Teslas come through the shop, and the second you get one, it's like they communicate with each other, and next thing you know, you got 13 or 14 in the queue. So, yes, we have.
Okay, then. No, they do talk to each other.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So, hours once again, Monday through Friday?
7 to 6.
7 to 6.
Friday,
So
7
there
to
you
6.
go.
Yep.
All right. So, Tim, Cody, thank you very much, gentlemen, for being here. Do appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
you have a
you.
great rest of your day. All
You
right.
too.
There you go. Tim and Cody from the Rydell Body Shop in studio every Tuesday, they say now, for the remaining parts of the month of September. So we'll have more questions. And if it's not specifically these two folks, then it'll be folks that can answer your questions with equal